Jeff here with It's Not Your Fault, I and YF family. We're going to talk about something a little bit deep tonight. Hope you guys are ready. Before we get into that, what's the price of admission? Like, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a notification, and let me know that I'm doing a good job here. Because sometimes I feel like I'm just talking to myself. Me, Anthony, and Cantor, we got it going on though, right? So in the past, I have talked about how losing somebody to addiction. When I say losing, I don't mean literally losing them. I mean figuratively losing them to addiction. It brings on a sense of grief. We lose contact with them. We lose communication with them. They don't come by anymore. There's no phone calls. There's no texts. If they have family, if they have sons, daughters, if they have a spouse, we lose contact with the family as well. And I'm not trying to be hyperbolic here, but it's almost like losing somebody permanently. We don't know how to react to them. They're just out of your life. And it makes no sense. It makes no sense that they're gone out of your life because you don't understand any of this. The grief that you are feeling is real. Okay, the mourning you are feeling is real. You are hopelessly attached to somebody. They're part of your life. You love them. That's that bond. But then they're gone. They're not there anymore. They're there, but they're just out of your life. And you don't know how to process that. So you start having all these questions. What did I do? Was it my fault? How are they? I hope the kids are okay. Why won't they talk to me? I feel so alone. How could they do this to me? How could they do this to my spouse? They're using the kids or the children of their family as a tool against me because they want to get what they want from me. Oh, you want to help me make my car payment? Fine, you can't see the kids. That's something that we all have to deal with. It's real. It's real grief. And this mourning that we're going through is a real situation. The other thing, and that's my thumbnail title, is you begin to wonder what would have been. You wonder if only they hadn't have gone down this path of addiction, what could have been for them? What would they have been? I'm not saying everyone would have been a doctor or a lawyer or president of the United States, but would they be better where they are right now? If they're 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 years old and still kind of rudderless, not really having a whole lot of direction in their life, but they have addiction in their life. It's not hard to put two and two together. There are exceptions, of course. There are some people that are very successful business owners and they do very well for themselves that are active alcoholics or addicts. I'll make the argument, could they have been better at that? Could they have been even more successful if it wasn't for the addiction? It's hard to say, but we're all going to ask ourselves that question. We're all going to ask ourselves the question, what would have been had they not taken this path? What would have been had they not started drinking? What would have been if they not started using drugs? It's human nature. And if you say you're not thinking those things, come on, it's me here. Let's be honest with each other. I won't lie to you. Don't lie to yourself. Okay. Would they have gone farther in school? Would they have gotten a degree? Would our marriage have lasted? Would the kids' lives have been affected less had she or he not start using drugs and become a husband or a wife? It's real easy to get caught up in that whataboutery. Whataboutery is a strange and intoxicating witchcraft. Whataboutery of what about this? What about that? What would happen if this? And what would happen if that? And what about the time they did this? If they hadn't been using drugs, they could have done it. Whataboutery will get you nowhere. Okay, don't fall down the whataboutery train. Okay, it doesn't lead to anywhere except a dead end. So let's just concentrate on the now and the things we do know. They're there. They are alive. They're still with us. Now, there are some of you, unfortunately, who have lost someone to addiction. And for that, I'm truly sorry. I'm truly sorry. I'm talking to the people who still have a live, living, breathing addict in their life, but they just aren't actively in their life. And that's where this grief, this mourning comes in. Absolutely real, absolutely true, absolutely exists. It's an absolute real thing. But don't go down the whataboutery train of what could have been. What could have been if only for this, my son, my daughter was just excelling in school and they got involved with the wrong crowd and they would have been valedictorian. They would have been this, that, and come with some lot and come on Eileen. I don't know, all those different things they have. I can't pay attention anymore. But is it possible all those things held them back? Maybe. Maybe the choices they made held them back. You ever think about that? Nothing you did caused it. I can promise you that. We all have to react to certain things in our life as, how we react to them. If your loved one reacted to the first time they used drugs or alcohol to where they were like, this is great, I'm going to keep on using it, and lose their scholarship and lose their place on the team and lose their direction, that's not your fault. That's a choice they made. All right. Don't get into the whataboutery. Whataboutery will get yourself tied up in all these different conjectures and I was and I would have and then what could have been. Right. What we do know is this: they are there, they're still around, and they can be saved, but not by you, by prayer, by an attachment to their holy power, a connection to their holy power, their higher power, and the magic of those rooms. They can't do it alone. There are situations where people have gotten sober on their own. Does it last? I don't know. What are the odds? But going to a program like AA, NA, that will increase their odds exponentially. While all that's happening or not happening, you've got to get to your meeting. You've got to get to your medicine. You've got to take the steps you need necessary to make sure that you don't fall down to the abyss with them. Are you feeling a sense of loss right now? And is it valid? Absolutely, it's valid. It's absolutely valid. Don't feel like you're blowing things out of proportion. All right? You're not. You're absolutely not. But can you fix it? No, you can't. But just know, if you give it over to God and give it over to your higher power, hopefully they can find the sobriety they need to come back to you. Focus your attention on the loved ones in your life that want you in your life. Sons, daughters, husbands, wives, brothers, sisters. If they want you in their life, then step it up. Don't focus all your attention on the one person who doesn't. Pray, give it over to God, and one day they'll come back. Got to get themselves right first. Now, they may come back with hat in hand, wanting more money or wanting help, but if they're not sober, you might as well set the money on fire. Okay? Help should only be given to somebody who's willing to take the help and use it for the right reasons. If they're not seeking sobriety, you're wasting your time, and so are they. All right? All the money in the world can't buy sobriety. It can't. It has to be a commitment from them. They have to make the mental and physical and spiritual decision that they're going to go ahead and move forward with this thing called sobriety. It's a wonderful thing. They should try it sometime. Might take once or twice, but eventually it'll catch on. All right? If you're feeling grief, you're feeling a sense of loss, it's allowed. It's allowed. It's real. So don't feel 1 second that you're blowing things out of proportion. You're not. It's a sense of loss. But hopefully one day, with God's help, they'll come back. So in the meantime, focus your attention on yourself and the people in your life that want you in their life. All right? This program, it works if you keep coming back. It does work if you work it. Let it begin with you. By all means, say a prayer for the pros. Okay, guys?